Namaste, friends. Welcome to this Sunday meditation class, the transformational meditation class from Quantum Life University. I am Harika from QLU, and today we have a special topic with a beautiful QLU trainer. The topic you must have seen on the flyers and all. It's about Ganeshotsav. And the class is going to be taken by our QLU trainer, Dr. Preeti Kohli. You might know her. Many of you are, you might have seen her, and she's the one of the founders with Ganesh ji and Preeti ji are founders of the AHA movement in Mumbai, which is also part of Quantum Life University. They are fully into this work of self transformation and assisting others in their transformation. Dr. Preeti is also a workshop trainer. She has conducted many workshops on inner child work, family constellation, and many healing modalities. In fact, Dr. Preeti and Ganesh ji, they both have attended all the programs from Quantum Life University, and they are like eternal students of Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi. And they are such an inspiration to all of us. They keep learning and relearning, and they apply on themselves, and they guide others so beautifully. So, yeah, they do conduct Sangh AHA meets every month. They organize workshops from QLU, my sir and ma'am, all over India. They have organized the Inner Child 6-day retreat this year in near Mumbai. And there's also a family constellation retreat that's coming up. And they are the ones taking care of all of these programs. And we also have these full moon meditations. You remember? Many of you are joining these full moon meditations with Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi, and they are organizing it so beautifully. And there's so much activity going on. And they are taking care of so many things. And today we have the privilege to learn from Dr. Preeti and about one of the wonderful topics. So over to you, Dr. Preeti. Thank you so much for being here today. And we look forward to learning from you.
Thank you, Harika. And thank you for this such a warm, loving introduction. And good evening, friends. Thank you, Sidhuji, for putting the camera on. And thank you, other friends, also for joining. And if anybody else is also happy to put the camera on, that would be such a joy to see everybody. So, as Harika was saying that, we keep joining the workshops every time we are actually there. Every year, when Sir Ma'am announce their workshops, when the schedule comes out, every year we are saying, okay, this year, one or two workshops we decide, and we're definitely attending that. And of course, we've attended so many workshops. But as she was just sharing that, why is it that we attend that workshop again and again? And today's topic is really going to be, I was going to share about this, but I thought first let me share about this. So, whenever the master who is there, who kind of has experienced the truth, is living the truth, and the master is giving the wisdom in some ways. So, if we see all the rituals, all the festivals that we have, the rituals that we have, there is some truth, there is some essence. They have experienced it, and now they devise ways how to give this experience to others. So a lot of the rituals that are there, a lot of them are at the periphery. But if we actually understand those rituals, if we go into the deep, if we look deeply into them, what is the essence? That is the essence that we get. So every festival, and when we take Ganeshotsav, right? Ganesh, the idol itself, the form itself is actually full of symbols. One of the symbols, which is also there, which is also given by other masters, one of the symbols, if we see, is the big ears. He has these big ears, elephant ears, and this big ear is actually a symbol. So I was going to talk about some of these symbols, but first I thought I will just talk about that. Because even if, so this year is about really listening. When in India, initially, the scriptures were, things were not written. The wisdom was only given to you when you sat next to a master. You are not going to get it written, because when you're actually just even reading it, we are interpreting things with our own mind. We are seeing things with our own filter. But when we come and sit with a master, and the guidance would be that you practice Shravanam. And this Shravanam is how? How do you practice this Shravanam, this hearing? How do you practice? This hearing is you just become your ears. You practice in a way where you are not, now your mind is aside. You are not saying whether do I believe in it. If this person is saying that, do I believe in it or no? You just become the ears. You just take in their wisdom. Osho used to say when he would kind of have this 1.5 hour discourses, and that was actually a way of transmitting that energy. And he would say, listen to me just like you're listening to a waterfall, or just like you're listening to the sounds of the birds, sounds of nature. When he said that, he's actually saying that do not get the mind in between, do not analyze it. Right? So when we are just becoming the ears, when we just hear in that way, we are actually receiving the energy of the master. There is the transmission of the energy of the master is happening. At QLU, Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi, there are no rituals. Everything, the wisdom is just passed on direct. Everything is just given, the spiritual science. All that transmission is happening directly. But of course, one of the dangers is that we start analyzing it. When we are taking the science and when we are understanding it again, the danger is we are really bringing the mind. And what we have seen is the second time and the third time when we come, right? When we are actually sitting there, when this information is actually not necessarily new information, this energy, you can actually take that wisdom directly in and you can absorb so much more. So that is a beautiful thing that we really experience. So today, as we talk about Ganeshotsav, friends, right? These 10 days, and especially in Maharashtra, this is a big festival, these 10 days. Everything in this festival, actually, if we start looking deeply, there is so much meaning, there's so much understanding. Ganesha, we pray to Ganesha before starting anything. If we want to start, if the student wants to start studying, they would first invoke Ganesha. Ganesha is called the Vinayaka. Ganesha is called the Vignaharta. So there are any blockages, Ganesha is the one, the Vignaharta is the one who's going to really take it out. But we are going to look deeply into the symbolism of it. So firstly, we celebrate these 10 days. What is it that we are doing? We are bringing an idol home. This idol, which is made of clay, we bring this idol home. We make it all about this. It's all about the divine energy. And after 10 days, we are letting it go. So, the first symbolism, the first thing it's actually teaching us, this festival, is really about celebrating everything, about life, that life will come as a form. We come here in this form. We are brought in just the way that we also celebrate the coming of a child. We then need to celebrate, we need to really become present. We are celebrating everything, those 1.5 or 3 or 10 days that people bring in the Ganesha idol at home. And that period is also celebration. And then when they let the idol also go, we are also saying goodbye. Even that is celebration. So that is definitely one of the important messages that is being given by this festival. We really become present to the divine energy at this point in time. Secondly, if we see when we say Vignaharata, right? So I want all of us to start looking deeply, friends, right? When I'm going to talk about some of the stories, some of the symbols here, And some of these things have just come as I was meditating with the idolware. I was meditating, paying attention to this festival. And as you may actually look deeper, you may also get some other messages. And I'd like you to actually also share in the chat if you receive any message, and we are going to meditate with this. But if we pay attention now to the story of Ganesha, Parvati Ma makes this idol, right? Makes this child. She's created this child and she's put the energy into this so that this one protects her space. When she takes a shower, when she's there in Mount Kailash, this child is protecting the space, and Shivji has gone. And this child is protecting, and when Shivji comes, he is not letting Shivji also go. And Shivji then is saying, no, I'm going to go in, and he gets angry then and he cuts the head of this child. And then Parvati ji is very, very sad. How come he did that? She's very, very sad. And then seeing her grief, he brings the head of an elephant. He brings the head of an elephant, and this head of an elephant is really placed on this child, right? So this is Ganesha now. This one comes to life again. But really, what is happening deeply here? Okay. This, when we say Vigna Harata, this head of the human being, like a human head, is cut. And this head is very big. This head is very big. He's symbolizing intelligence. This one is protecting the boundary. So, who is the one? Now, we are going to all have challenges in life. And how is it that we overcome the challenges? Who is it that takes away that challenges? It is this wisdom. It is this intelligence. It is when we are looking at life, when we are looking at these challenges through this wisdom, not through the eyes, not through the buddhi of the human, just who has limited thinking, who has a small thinking. This head is cut, and the head is now big. This is the elephant head. And this is symbolizing it is bigger, our bigger, higher intellect, our buddhi, our wisdom. This is what it is symbolizing. And the challenge, we are actually going to overcome challenges. So the challenges that come into our life, they are like stones. But when we look at them through the eyes, when we awaken the wisdom within, then these challenges become the stepping stone. This child is also first protecting the boundaries, right? Protecting boundaries is about, so Ganesha is about also the root chakra. Protection of boundaries, we have to feel safe. Parvati Mata wanted to be safe, her space needed to be protected. But when we actually bring this higher wisdom, that is what is going to actually protect our space and yet really help our energy to go up so that we can really grow in life. Ganesha ji is the child of Parvati or Shakti and Shiva. Shakti is what? Shakti is the representation of actually our Kundalini Mata, Kundalini energy, which is right there at our Muladhara chakra, at our root center. And Shiva is residing in our Kailash, here in the third eye and the Sahasrara. And when the Shakti rises to meet Shiva, to attain Shiva, when the union of the Shakti and the Shiva happens, that is when wisdom is born. So the first child of Parvati Mata and Shivji also is representing wisdom, and also Ganesha, who is representing intelligence, wisdom. He also represents many other things, right? Perseverance. The other story that we have known about, heard about Ganesha, is that Rishi Vyas, when the Mahabharata is going to be channeled. And he requests Ganesha to write that. And Ganesha says, I will write it only if you are going to speak continuously without stopping from beginning to the end. I want you to say it at one go. And Rishi Vyasa also says, okay, I will do that, but I want you to write also at one go without taking any break. So they do that as Rishi Vyasa is saying the story and Ganesha is writing the story. At a time, his pen breaks. And the story is that he actually breaks one of his tusks. And he uses that as a pen to write, to continue writing. So Ganesha also represents perseverance. This kind of wisdom will only happen, will only come when we persevere, when we are actually very, very focused on our path. The energy can meet Shiva, the Shakti can only meet Shiva when the energy is not just being dissipated. We need to have abundance of energy. Through meditation, we receive abundance of energy. And then we are not dissipating our energy in a lot of things. If we are really kind of focused, we have our clear intention, our sadhana is there, we need to do tapasya. That is when this energy, which is not just being wasted here, we will start having ample energy and this energy starts rising. That is when this energy can reach up, meet the Shiva, and this energy meeting our consciousness, Shakti meeting the Shiva. That is when wisdom is born. This is what when Dr. Newton says we are energy, consciousness, and wisdom units. So when we are invoking Ganesha, we're actually invoking the wisdom within our own selves. When we meditate, our energy rises up, meets the Shiva. That is when we can actually release all the blockages. Where are the blockages? Where are the vignas? When we say vigna harta, where is the vigna? We all know that there is law of attraction that's working. We all know that there is law of karma that's working. So if there is a blockage also that is showing in your life, this is representing, this is mirroring to you the blockages which are there within you. So actually the blockages need to be cleared within ourselves. This is what we are invoking the Vignaharta so that we can actually release these blockages within our own selves. So let us pay attention now to the form of Ganpati. I'll do one thing. I think I have a picture of Ganesha here on my okay. Can you see a picture of the Ganesha Vignaharta? I think it's visible. Just for anybody who probably has not seen, I think we have no foreigners joining today. Now, paying attention to this form, let us start looking what is the symbolism, what is it that we are understanding. We already spoke about what is the symbol of the story, how he's representing wisdom, this Vignaharta. But pay attention to some other things, right? We see a big belly. What is this big belly representing? The big belly is actually symbolic. The all other gods, when we see Shivji, when we see Krishna, any other gods, when they are represented, they are all represented in a fit form, right? Now, Ganesha, everything there is symbolic. The big tummy is actually representing that we need to develop the ability to digest everything, to digest the good and the bad. In life, there is going to be good, there is going to be bad. You're going to experience joys, you're going to experience sorrows. We're going to see death, we are going to see so many other things. Yes, I had stopped sharing. We're going to see all kinds of things. And we need to develop the capacity to digest everything. This is so important. But on the other side, when we see we say ekadantaya. So in his, when they're kind of addressing him, they also say ekadantaya, the tusks. Normally, an elephant has two tusks. The story is there with Ganpati, but when he's always shown with one full tusk and one half, it is also representing that even though you develop the ability, you need to develop the ability to digest everything. The duality of life is there. But when it comes to action, when it comes to you biting into something, right? The tusks are the teeth, right? This is not the real teeth that the elephant uses. However, teeth are representative of chewing, biting into life. Now, when it comes to you biting into, meaning your actions, your words, it has to be one way. It has to be positive. That we accept both the positive and the negative. But if you want to grow in wisdom, if you want to really grow in life, you need to definitely think, act, and speak. You have to make the choices which are positive. So Ekdanta is actually telling us about our actions, that they need to be, you need to have that clear intention that I'm going to choose the positive, the dharma. I'm going to follow the dharma. That is what it is representing. Okay. I'm going to see the chats at this time if there's any other. Okay. That's wonderful. What are the other things when we sing the form of Ganesha? Right? Now here there is an elephant head. Okay. So let's pay attention to the elephant. What is the elephant also representing? One is he's having this long, what do you call it? In Hindi, we call it the sund, right? This long tusk that is not the tusk, I'm forgetting in English, what do we call it? But that is actually representative of paying attention to your breath, becoming so present to your breath. The breath is the way, the breath is the bridge between our body, mind. Trunk, yes, thank you, Renuji. The trunk that is there, this is representing, we have to be so present to the breath, right? Now, the breath is the connection between our body, mind to the soul. The body and the mind are very much connected. Constant communication is happening. There is a situation, if you feel scared, before you even know, the fear may have come. Immediately, the first thing you know is that there is maybe churning in the stomach, or maybe there is anger and there is trembling in the body. You may not even recognize, oh, I'm angry, that's why this is happening. But the body and the mind are actually one unit in a sense, right? The constant communication is happening. And right before the time that you were even aware, from the time that you're conceived, and of course, we're carrying from our past lives as well, all the information is there. It's recorded within our subconscious, within our mind. And this constant flow of information is happening. So when we are actually living in the world outside, we are operating, it is already through the stored information. There is already a stored information through which a lot of reactions are happening. And this self that is operating, this personality self that's operating in the outside world is a particular way. But the breath is the bridge. If you are with the bridge and you start going within, now you start leaving your thoughts. You're not paying attention to your thoughts when we are meditating. When we start going within, when we are not paying attention to what's happening around us, where my body is seated, we are becoming a nobody. We are not paying attention to the body necessarily, not paying attention to the mind. We start going into a space which is deeper. The breath starts taking us, is the bridge which starts taking us into the space deeper, which is where our soul is. I mean, when we say which is where our soul is, of course, it's like a space. We just start connecting and we start knowing our true self there when we start doing that. So, this trunk is really symbolizing come to here, come to your breath, become present to it, so that you start connecting with that higher self of yours, that higher wisdom, the higher buddhi, so that you can act out of that wisdom and you can actually see how the obstacles coming into your life are really the stepping stones which can help you move ahead in life. What else does an elephant do? If you've known, I've heard about this, that so elephant is extremely strong, of course we know, but it's also very gentle. So I've heard this, that when they are transporting an elephant from one place to another, if we have to take an elephant in a vehicle, in a big vehicle, how do they keep it there, right? It's so big and strong, it can of course break everything and go. But when they make the elephant stand there, around the elephant they put very delicate tiny animals. So the elephant there stands there so steady, firming its feet, so that it's not going to fall. If there's any jerk, it's not going to fall on any other animal. It is extremely powerful, extremely strong, yet so gentle, never going to hurt other animals. And this is the kind of power, this is the kind of strength that we need to also have. That we have that strength, but we are not really hurting other people around us, even if when many times also when spiritually we start evolving. And Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi are such amazing examples of that. They never put down other people. They will never treat other people in a way that you are so low and I'm so much higher than you. When people touch their feet, they never make people feel that, oh, yes, you need to just touch my feet. They're so humble. Of course, deep inside the wisdom that is there, they know where they are. But they are never really making the other person feel any less. This is the way of really the enlightened master. This is the way, this is what also the elephant is teaching us, that you are extremely strong, you own your strength, you own your power, you own your wisdom. But around you, there are always going to be people who are not as evolved. But the way that you treat them is also what actually shows, right? That wisdom needs to be shown, needs to be practiced also in how you are being with other people. So, this is one of the other things that is there. What else do we see in the symbolism? When we see modak, right? Modak is the sweet that Ganesha likes. This sweet is actually represent, and he's always carrying it in his hand. This is actually representing that when we are becoming, when you practice this wisdom, when you're becoming the master of your mind, when you're acting from that higher intelligence, that is when you also experience the sweetness of life. This modak, the shape, if you notice, it's not like a laddu, right? The shape of this is also like a closed bud of lotus. Modak is like the lotus bud. It is actually showing that this wisdom will make you also like a lotus. The lotus is always untouched by all the dirt, all the muck, all the water. So it is coming from the water. If we see the lotus also, it's coming, the seeds and the plant is really there in the water. It's taking all that nourishment actually from the mud, and it is then coming up, and this lotus comes up, it's above the water and nothing then touches it. There's a beautiful book by a master, Thich Nhat Hanh. This book is called No Mud, No Lotus. If there's not going to be the mud, there will not be the lotus. And that is how, if there's going to be no obstacles in life, there will be no wisdom. So Vignaharta is actually helping you to really, you to evolve from really kind of overcoming these obstacles to really getting to the highest potential of yours. This is the symbolism of the modak. What else do we see there? The vehicle of Ganesha is the mouse. The mouse Small mouse, right? But what is the mouse representing? What does the mouse do? When we get a when a mouse comes into our uh, house, or if when it's there in your building, sometimes our vehicles are parked down, and nobody wants these rats and the mouse because they're going to eat the wires, right? So in search of its food, it actually also destroys a lot of things, right? And Ganesha is the master, it is sitting on the mouse. The mouse is also very, very restless. So it is symbolizing, it is symbolic of our restless mind and symbolic of our desires. Many times we have so many desires, and we have to, the Ganesha is riding on this mouse. We have to become the master of this mind, this restless mind which will keep going here and there. It will go to the somewhere in the past, somewhere in the future. I'm sure right now as you're hearing me, your mind has gone so many places, right? But what we do is we bring back, we come back to where we are. The same way when we are in the meditation, we need to just bring our mind back. We need to become the master of this mind and the master of the desires. The desires, which actually many times out of our desires, we create so much destruction. Many of our desires, so many times now in this modern world, there's so much that we can have. And many times because we have the money, we feel, oh, I can have this, I can have this, right? But so many times, just because we are trying to hoard so much, we don't realize how much destruction we are creating for the planet. Because ultimately, even though we may have the money, but everything that is being created is from those resources. The trees are being cut for so many things, so many elements. The Mother Earth is being dug up. So many tons of, that diamond that you can own, that jewelry that you can own so much. But how much of damage that we are doing to the earth? That is something also that we need to become aware of. So we need to become the master of our desires as well. When we say Ganapati, Ganas are the beings who are around Shiva, right? So Shiva is there, and there are so many beings that live around Shiva. And Ganapati is the Pati of the Ganas, he's the Lord. And Gana, the word in Spanish, also it is actually representing desires. So we need to, again, even when we look into that, Ganapati is also really saying you have to become the master of your desires. So through that, he will help us achieve what we are here to achieve in the physical world. Now, Shiva is really given up everything, right? When we know the story of Shiva, he is a Vairagi. He is not interested in anything. But Parvati Mata, Shakti meets the Shiva, energy meets consciousness. And now he is kind of this creation. He's kind of, both of them are there together. So when we are participating in the universe, we are, of course, going to have our own desires. Many times, these desires, we don't need to, of course, be comparing with others, but even for whatever your soul path, your own soul potential that is there, you are here for a purpose. How is that purpose going to be known? You will also have some desires, some things that you really want, what you really like to do. And those desires will also take you towards your purpose, take you towards your potential. So we really need to become the master so that our energy is really going, we are operating out of that wisdom and not just losing our energy everywhere. So, friends, today the meditation that we are going to really do is to really help us awaken this potential, awaken this wisdom, and bring in this Vignaharta. This Vignaharta, so we can actually see the obstacles that are there. What is it that they are mirroring to us? When we understand this, when we say Vignaharta, if something is there in your life, it is there for a reason. And Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi, with the different workshops, each of the workshops are just so unique. Each of the workshops really help you go deeper, give you tools to really understand life so that then that becomes like, you learn that wisdom. That tool is integrated in that workshop of 2 days or 6 days. That tool that you take, now you are able to use that tool into your life. One of those workshops, 2 days, beautiful workshop, that is Radiant Relationship, which actually gives us this mirroring concept that if there is something in your life, if there is some challenge, if there is some relationship which is a challenging relationship, what is this mirroring to you? There are 7 types of mirrors. So anything that's there in our life, these the difficulties are actually mirroring to us something. They're here to teach us something, right? And we need to really see those challenges also as a mirror. Dr. Newton also once very beautifully, he had done one talk which was also called, it's by the topic 5 teachers in our life. What are those 5 teachers? So one is our relationships. There are mirrors, our relationships will also mirror something. If there is a challenging relationship in your life, this challenging relationship is going to be the biggest teacher, more than any other guru. You're going to actually, if you really learn to, if you really learn from life, if you learn to learn from life, from these relationships, this relationship is going to teach you so much about yourself. So one is relationships. The second is the difficulties in our own life, whatever difficulties that come. They're actually going to always teach us something. Then if we have any addictions, those compulsions, for example, somebody is a workaholic or you have some other compulsions of. Now, if you start looking deeper into this, you will be able to also see that there is something behind that. We always want to go towards pleasure and we want to always go away from pain. And these compulsions actually develop because we are trying to go away from pain. So if you pay attention to it, if you're always trying to work and you never want to be free, why is it that I never want to be free? Because I have gone through so much, and when I'm free, all that comes into my mind. Now, this will actually tell you that there is something there unresolved. I need to pay attention to what is there. Those challenges in my life can actually teach me so much when we start understanding this spiritual science and start looking through the eyes of this wisdom, the higher intelligence. So, these are the different things that are going to actually teach us. Another thing that we are going to learn from so much is money, how we use our money, what is the money situation in our life. That actually also teaches us so much. That's the 4th teacher. And the 5th teacher is our illness. When we have an illness, our body, friends, like I mentioned before, is our subconscious mind or our unconscious mind. So that is actually showing to us something that you're not seeing, some discomfort that is there, some conflict that is there, that you are right now not wanting to look at. But your body is going to show you, your body is like your best friend. And something that you're not seeing, it is going to try to show you so that you can actually overcome that. So at this point in time, if we have any questions, we can take that and then we will go ahead for the meditation. I would also love to hear all those people joining us here on Zoom, or also if there's anybody joining live, if there's a way that their chats can also be shared, if there's any message that you can share. Harika, is there any message? So here right now, I don't see any messages. there's any message at all there. If anybody else has any, sharing any symbol that came to you.
So friends, if you want to share, you can raise your hand.
Okay, good. So are we ready for meditation? Maybe it'll be nice for us to also have an intention if there's a specific challenge in your life as we invoke the Vignaharta within ourselves today. You can actually give an intention that I'm now wanting to see what this is here to teach me. Okay, so we will get ready for the meditation. Harika, may I request you to give the music? As you settle down, take a comfortable posture, relatively your back straight. You may cross your fingers, keep them in your lap. And even on the chair, if you're seated, cross your legs. So we create a beautiful circuit. We are energy beings. And energy flows from our fingers and our feet. And when we keep them together in this way, beautiful circuit is created. And this energy that is not lost out is going to be contained so that the energy can now also start rising up. As you close your eyes, just for a minute, remember the form of Ganesha, the Vignaharta. For a minute, giving attention to this form. You're invoking his presence, these qualities in your own self. Paying attention to his trunk. Bring your attention to your breath. Become fully present to your breath. Deep, gentle, loving presence. This half an hour you are taking just for your own self, with your own self. This half an hour you're going to be the master of your mind. The breath is always in this present moment. The breath will be the anchor. Will help you stay connected with your own self, the present moment. Just be with your breath. The breath is the bridge between the body, mind, and the soul, between our personality self and the true self. Just be on this bridge. Be with this bridge. Let your breath take you deeper. The silence within. Going deeper, there is more and more silence. Just like on the surface, there are waves. There is so much sound, so much movement. Going deeper, there is silence. Let yourself go deeper into this silent spaces. When our mind starts silencing, we also receive cosmic energy. Just be there in this silence, interested in the silence within. You're being the master of your mind. In between these silent spaces, When some thoughts come, the mind goes away somewhere else. You're being the master just by coming back to your breath, not letting your mind decide what you do. Just as the awareness comes, you make that decision. You come back to your breath. You are riding the restless mind, not let it take you for a drive. Deep within us, this silent space that is there, the stillness that is there. This is where all the peace is. Allow yourself to feel this, to relax deeper into this. When you go deeper in this silence, you're going into your own center. Just like outside in a tornado, there is so much destruction. But deep within, there is the eye of the storm. And just when you are at that center, the eye of the storm, you are safe. Allow yourself to feel that sense of safety. Bring in that sense of safety. Silence, stillness, safety. At this point in time, allow yourself to bring into your awareness an obstacle, a situation that you would like to work on, that you recognize is there in your life. and you would like to look deeper and understand. Bring it into your conscious awareness and give yourself now the permission to feel it. Where in your body do you feel it? Do you carry it? When you think about this, maybe this illness or a relationship or a situation, what do you feel? And how do you feel it in your body? Is there a sensation that you feel in a particular part of your body? Give yourself the permission to now give it attention and feel it in that part of the body. Do you feel something in the lower belly or the solar plexus or heart or shoulders or chest, throat, whichever part of the body that you feel this in? Let it take a form. Let yourself feel it, see it. Trust the way it first comes for you. Allow yourself to feel it, to see it just the way it's happening for you. You are becoming aware of this situation, becoming also aware of the thoughts that are associated with it, feelings that you feel, the sensations that you experience in your body. As you're now feeling it, seeing it, request the Vignaharta to help you understand this. Visualize or feel the trunk of Ganesha, lifting this, taking it right now out of your body, putting it outside. There is a boundary around you. This boundary is the one that is keeping you safe, feel safe within it, and keeping this obstacle outside of this boundary. Just at a time, at a space where you can see it. You can visualize it, you can see it, you can feel it. As this is put at a little distance, you're able to now see it objectively. You're able to sense it. Look more clearly from a little distance. From a distance, as you're seeing it, you are now operating with the help of this wisdom that you have started tapping into within. What is this situation? What is this illness showing to you? Trust if any old memories come into your awareness, words pop into your mind. What is this here to teach you? Just as you're looking at it, feeling it, Be with your breath, the one that helps you connect to your deepest part. Surrender to the Vignaharta. To understand, let yourself be there now. Take this time. Just know, what is this here to teach you? Be with your breath. As you are watching it, you are in the space, feeling safe, and acting from your wisdom, operating from your wisdom. As you surrender to your breath, just watching it, wanting to understand. Be there in the silence, knowing the answers will come. There's a memory that has come to you. Allow yourself to look deeper. What happened? What is the unfinished part there? Is there a memory that's coming where the emotions were just blocked? Or a belief was formed that has been repeating in your life? Is there something that just needs to be released that you have held on to? Is there a belief which is fear-based that you have formed, that you're carrying, which is bringing this situation to you again and again? Is there a pattern that's happening in your life? Just surrendering to your breath. If you just need to release something, just watching and being with your breath will help you release it. Just let go of the hold on it. Just let that pain be released. Let yourself feel it so you can heal it. If there is a belief which is fear-based or restrictive that you're carrying subconsciously, allow yourself to see what has happened, how this belief was formed, and how holding this fear-based belief is creating that same fear situation in your life. And allow yourself to see, are you ready to now let go of this belief? Are you ready to change it? And if yes, what would you like to now believe? Simple shifts like I am not safe or I am never going to be taken care of. Shifting it to I am safe. I'm always supported and taken care of. Shifting these beliefs into more positive beliefs. Can you believe it? How do you feel when you think about these new thoughts, these new beliefs? Feel that feeling. If you also notice a pattern that has been repeating, pay attention. What is this pattern trying to teach me? Is there something that I'm not learning? Be a good listener. Be there just in this silence, ready to listen. The language of the unconscious, the language of your soul. The messages may come as a visual or just as a feeling, as a word. Just be ready to listen, ready to wait. Being there in silence, being in this silence with your breath, aware of that obstacle. With this surrender in your heart, that you have surrendered it at the feet of the Vignaharta. You've surrendered it, the Vignaharta has taken it out. You are safe at your center, able to look at your problem objectively. Be there in silence, ready to receive the answers. Notice any answers that are coming to you. As you now look at that obstacle, is there a message that you get? If you saw it in a form, is that form shifting? You can now embrace this obstacle, knowing that this obstacle is the way, is the stepping stone. Understanding it, overcoming it, embracing it, learning from it is helping you reach your higher potential. It's the stepping stone which will help you also move towards your purpose. It's helping you move from your personality self to your true self. Be there in this silence for another 3 to 4 minutes. Integrating this message that you may have received. Integrating this healing energy you may have received. This understanding that may have come to you. In silence, own this Vignaharta within you. Be this Vignaharta within you. Know this self within you. Just another 2 minutes. Be with your breath. Creating these messages. Last 1 minute. Last half a minute. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Slowly rub your palms together, gently cover your eyes. Then slowly with a smile, you can open your eyes. Welcome back. Thank you so much, Harika, for the music. Welcome back. Yes, friends, anybody wants to share their experience of meditation? Anybody wants to ask any questions? Thank you. Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Preeti, for this beautiful meditation that was, and of course, the entire class, the understanding about Ganesha is much more deepened today, thanks to you. I didn't know a lot of things that you have shared today. It is all new to me. Some of the things I heard from Dr. Newton's class, but some of the things are like, it feels very new, even though I heard it from,
I
you
think
know.
I know it, and it just kind of obviously there is always new that we get. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And the meditation is so soothing, so beautiful. Thank you. We would love to do it again and again.
Thank you. Thank you.
And friends, anyone who wants to share your experience today, how you felt during meditation or in the class, please feel free to put it in the chat box. If you're on YouTube or on Zoom, you can put it in the chat box. Or if you're on Zoom and you want to talk and share, you can just share anything like a token of gratitude or whatever you felt. It was like a musical for me. When Dr. Preeti takes a class, it's like music playing. So it
Thank
just flows beautifully. And I'm so grateful to you, Dr. Preeti. Thank you.
Thank you, Harika. And in the meantime, if there are any sharings, of course, we'll take that. But what also came to me during meditation, so Harika, when you were sharing about family constellation, right? The story about Ganesha, where he just goes around, he makes his parents sit. The parents have said, go around the universe. So there is a race, and Ganesha just goes around his parents, and he says, "This is the world for me." So he's really the god of manifestation, and really that is the work, in family constellation, as of course, many of the friends here may have done it and some may have not done it. But really, it's about that. We are honoring, accepting our parents the way they are and honoring them and really connecting to that manifestation power also within us, because it's only when we connect to them, when we connect to our mother, who's really the source of, who's the face of success, and we connect to our father, that we can actually own the strength to move ahead in life. So that symbolism just came to me during the meditation. I mean, I actually didn't pay attention to that story, so I thought of sharing it later. So, friends, if any of you have not done it, we have Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi conducting this 6-day retreat, 9th to 14th September. This is happening in Karjat. And Harika, if you have the link and you can just share it also, just in case anybody needs it. And we would love to see you there. We still have a few seats open, so you can always come there. And anybody wants to share anything? So I don't see any hands raising.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Preeti. That is so true. Even in a recent class in Telugu, Dr. Newton had mentioned this point, and it is so beautiful that you could also tune into this wisdom. It's so wonderful. I mean, I didn't know that, even though in India we learn Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, I heard the story of Ganesha doing this in 3 rounds around parents. but the depth I could only understand now. Somewhat that also after family constellation with Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi. It's such a great opportunity to learn directly from them, directly from the best, from the masters. It is a privilege, friends. So while we can utilize it, please do. And in future, they are going to launch so many more programs, and others will take things forward, like the workshops and the retreats that are happening right now. So whenever there's a chance, just like Dr. Preeti and Ganeshji, they always make sure to grab the opportunity to learn from them. Every year they plan their schedule and they make sure to attend at least one, like that. All of us should do, actually. I definitely do that, and I keep telling my friends also. When someone asks me, why are you there, why do you live there in QLU, I tell them, if Buddha was on earth, where else would I be? I would obviously want to be around Buddha. So now we have Buddha in two bodies, sir, ma'am. So why not? And yes, thank you so much. Once again, I see so many people thanking you for this wisdom today. And someone told on YouTube, Urushiji is mentioning that first time I felt a sensation in head and a green obstacle leaving. And she's expressing her gratitude to you for this beautiful process.
Thank you. Thank you.
Completely. And yes, friends, please do utilize these opportunities. Join more of these transformational meditation classes every week, once in English, once in Hindi. We keep conducting every single week. And also, many more programs to come. You can check out our website, qluglobal.org, and the AHA movement also. There are so many things lined up for us to learn, explore, know ourselves, and grow together. So please join the Sangha, and we look forward to seeing you soon in any of the upcoming programs. Thank you. I
Thank
will
you so
try
much.
my best to share the upcoming FC flyer. I just need a moment. So as of now, we will all take this, close this session. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank you. Thank you, Harika. Bye bye.
you, Dr. Kithi. Again, bye. Bye, friends. Bye.